What'd you do? What'd you do? Yo, yo, yo.
Okay.
Something funny. Keegan's face.
That was not that was not
Oh,
nice. I didn't
sorry.
appreciate that. All right. Yeah, every damn time. See, I was so confident. I was looking at this earlier and like, okay, Neo, or I should say Mr. Anders. No, wait. What Mr. Smith. That's who you look like. Mr. Smith went all the way around the freaking Matrix. But no,
You
every
made it.
time. This is I feel like we have to do this in order to like be a real live stream. You know, somebody
Have
has to be
technical
muted at some
problems?
point. I just have to be a boomer forever and ever. All right, let's
You're my boomer.
let's do some stuff and things. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's a good
stuff
idea.
and things. Things and stuffs.
So if you guys are here right meow in this moment, I'm hoping you're here. I'm hoping you're here because you want some updates about next year. So there is a not a lot to go over, but there's some big highlights that we want to touch on. Before we get started, I want to thank the captains that are a part of the captains chat on Instagram and in Discord. If you guys want to be a part of that, get updates a little bit earlier so your teams can plan for the future. Just say the word, hit up me or Ryan, whether it be on Instagram or here on Discord, and we can get that all squared away. But yeah, so thank you to those guys. All right, let's do this. I like this. All right, so there are a number of changes, but like I said, these are going to be the highlights to our event format itself. Last year we did all double elimination brackets, and the biggest piece of feedback that we got, they wanted to have more playing time. So, in order to have more playing time, we are changing how the tournaments are going to work. So, we have a two stage system. Stage one is the group stage, and stage two is the bracket stage. For the group stage, you will play all three games in your match, but the winner of the match will be based on points rather than the record of the game. So you could win 2-1 by hanging the flag, but if the other team were somehow to have more points, they would end up winning that game. I know it sounds kind of funky, but the way the points are going to be working for the group stage and how the top two teams advance, you're going to want to have those points. So that's the group stage. Everything goes back to normal, more or less. For the bracket stage, it'll be single elimination, and best two out of three. That's it. You win your two games, and you advance to the next round. If you lose, you out. That's it. You out.
Finito.
Another. It's not that big of a change, but it prevents people that haven't played the entire season just to come out to the championship and then try to win some money. So we are going to be enforcing a mandatory one event. Okay? One event. You will have to play one major event in order to qualify for the championship. If you don't do that, I will happily refund you as soon as you register for the championship, and we'll go from there. CD, I don't know who you are, but you asked, will that be point based or win based? For the bracket stage, I'm assuming, since the last thing I said, it will be win based. So if you win 2 out of 3, you're moving forward. Points for the bracket stage are more so for tiebreakers and oh, what's up, Kodak? But yeah, it'll be for like tiebreakers and things of that nature. So if there's some penalties thrown or whatnot, yeah, points, you win. Reverse, that would have been confusing. Bracket stage, you just win, you win, and points will be for stuff and things. All right, cool. All right, let's move on to the next. Ryan, why don't you take this one for me,
For
sir?
sure. So what we got going on into this next season is we have a lot of focus on trying to revamp our referees and our program revolving around them. We're going to have 2 referee clinics. One hosted will be at Extreme Airsoft in Rhode Island, and the other will be at Valhalla Airsoft in Richmond, Virginia. Teams can now earn points during the season by reffing. This is an incentive for you guys to participate in our reffing system to help support us running each of the games for our major events. You will be able to send 1 player to our ref clinic to qualify for that incentive. This also is another reason you guys should reach out to your local players at your local fields and get them interested. Be like, hey, look at this referee program. And they will be able to pay for a slot to go to a referee clinic, and then they will participate and they'll be certified to work for the CSL and a referee for us. Teams can earn 200 points for reffing and an event and will be able only to volunteer once. And the refs team cannot be participating in the event they are reffing. That's to remove any bias or any bias claims somebody may make for those events.
So I'm gonna apologize to Ryan because I did make one last second. Sorry, update.
Excuse me.
To making it 2 times for reffing instead of 1. I just want to give you guys a couple more opportunities to get your team some points, because I know how it is, and I think at one point or another Ryan and I had talked about it too, whether how many points you should be getting and all that other jazz. But either way,
this is a really cool opportunity for players to actually step into the foot or into the shoes of a referee to really understand, what's it like actually trying to make a call, trying to pay attention to the gameplay, players, and it's a lot to keep track of. And actually, I think TJ from Murder Inc. participated at the most recent event that we've supported, which is the Turkey Classic. And he gave a lot of feedback to both Chris, the field owner, and you, Keegan. And he said it was a completely new experience, and it's very eye-opening to step off the field as a player but move in as a referee. So if you do have the opportunity to participate in this system, I highly suggest it.
Alrighty, now into the meat and potatoes. There are some rule changes, and I know that some people won't be too happy with it, but this is really for the better of the sport. And I know this might seem like it's a jab at players, but really it's to help our refs just have a little bit easier of a time. So when it comes to equipment, SMG class and the rifle class are going to be merging. There won't be a difference in mags anymore. It'll be the standard across the board. 4 on your chest, 1 in the gun, per each game, not each match, but each game, so you can switch it out once you go to the next one. And then we are removing the use of flashlights, which I know is a big one. A lot of people like to use flashlights to hide their silhouette along with blinding the enemy players, but you're also blinding the staff, which really sucks, especially when you're a ref and your job is to watch the BBs hit other people. So flashlights are going away with the Dodo Bird. We are standardizing a few things. Max weight for BBs is going to be 0.28, and then our FPS limit will be standardized to 1.42 joules across the board. Doesn't matter if you're HPA, doesn't matter if you're an AEG, pistol, it doesn't really matter. Changes that were made as a recommendation to game times. We are going down from 4 minutes to 3 minutes, so you have less time to act in each game, but you will be getting a longer break in between games. We're going from 30 seconds up to 60 seconds. I, for some reason, doubled up on max weight for BBs, just in case you didn't hear me the first time. So there's that. But lastly, with this page, is that gun hits are going to be a thing. Again, this is to help out refs. It's much harder to try and pick and choose what you're going to be, calling as a hit and not a hit when you're not sure if it hit someone's finger or if it hit their mag well or their mag or whatever, just making it quite simple. If you get hit with a BB, anywhere on your person or your gun, it'll count as a hit. All right.
Going into our next point.
You got it.
So, only captains will be able to talk with the referees. This can be for penalty clarity or for any complaints they have about a specific call or something, how something was handled on the team. And captains will be given an armband to designate who they are on the field. This helps us maintain our timeline for trying to get the games moving in a fashionable manner. And then it also puts more responsibility towards the team captains for managing their own teams, being the leader on their team, and if something needs to be said, it'll come from the leader of that team.
A little bit more I mean, there was a lot of questions last year when it came to like what mutual engagement was and things of unsportsmanlike conduct. I know you guys aren't actually looking at this at the moment because again, I didn't do the right thing, so it's all good. But you can at least hear it. So if you need a reference point, you can always come back. I'll make sure to put timestamps in the video as well. So with that being said, mutual engagement. So the basic idea, if you and a player go barrel to barrel, you're both looking at each other, you both get hit within about a 1 second window, that's it. Call yourself out, walk to the side, you're donezo. But one thing that we are going to be looking out for this go around is the concept of what's called spinning. It comes from paintball, but you'll see people that get hit, visibly get hit, that person will turn and shoot in order to try to get the trade. If we see something like this where it's very distinct, we know you got hit first, we'll be throwing a flag and it'll be counted as a no-hit call. The same thing goes for if you're running down the field and you trade with that first person, but you transition to the second, it'll be the same sort of concept. All right, the last and final thing, which you guys have been staring at, is our penalty system. The biggest change this next season will be the penalty system. It will not be per player, but per team. And the consequences are pretty drastic. The first offense is standard with only one change. That player will be pulled, and your team will be minus 100 points. It won't necessarily mean that you automatically lose, but you will lose that 100 points. I know that sounds funny, but trust me when I say, if this happens in the group stage, you are putting yourself at a huge detriment. Getting into the second team offense. Again, player will be pulled, 100 points will be taken from your team, but then your team will play with 4 in the next available game. So if that means you're in game 3 of that match and you get pulled for an offense, then that next match you go into, you will start with 4 players instead of starting with 5. The third offense, player will be pulled, minus 100 points, and your team will play with 4. I know it says next available game, but it will be for the rest of that match, or the rest of the event, sorry. Just double checking that I'm not saying the wrong thing. Yeah, your team plays with 4 for the rest of the event. So it's not 4 for the next game, the next match, 4 for the rest of the event. And if that's the beginning of the bracket stage, and that means the rest of the bracket, you are playing with 4 people. Your fourth and final offense will be an ejection from the event itself. No refund, no sort of squabbles. You got your 4th pull. Yep, and the other team will be awarded the win. So those are really the biggest changes. There's not like a ton, but that's what we got. I'm curious to see if you guys have any questions for us. I know that there's some bigger changes, some not so big changes, things I'm sure you guys saw coming. But if you guys have questions, I'd be more than happy to answer any and all of those questions for you. If not, like I said, I'm going to have timestamps in the video description and all that other jazz, so you guys can kind of click around and see what the changes to the rules are. The rule book is almost done, like 100%. I'm just finalizing a few things and trying to condense the information so it's not so freaking long. It's like right now it's like 10 pages. It's a lot to read, and I get it. No one wants to read an entire rule book. But at least this will help. I'm also trying, well, I shouldn't say but Ryan is also helping with trying to get a like a little starter's guide, if you will, for a rule book. So that way you have like a little pamphlet with all the major details and something quick to reference instead of having to like go through a 10-page PDF and like, oh my God, how the hell am I supposed to get through this?
It's going to be designed like a pocket guide. So ideally, your team captain would show up to every event and they would have their pocket guide of the rules. So if there was any kind of question that they ever had a concern about, they could refer to their pocket guide first before having to open up some 10-page pamphlet.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they have further question, that's when the team captain would go and talk to the referees.
One thing that I didn't actually say, and I fully intend on speaking on today, is our schedule for next year. So before I get dates wrong, actually, I'm not going to say any dates. I will tell you the fields and the months.
Yeah, do that.
I'll tell you the month that it's happening and where it's going to be. I can do at least that much. So as of right now, there will be a total of 6 events and 1 possibly mystery event. But yeah, so anyways, our first event is going to be up at Extreme in April. That will be our Little Roadie Major. That's what it's going to be called, is Little Roadie Major. April, Extreme Airsoft. In May, we are coming back home to Virginia, and we are going to have our Old Dominion Major at Valhalla Tactical. In June, maybe the beginning of July, we'll be heading to good old Indiana for Shot Zone for the Hoosier Major. Super excited to be out there. Ethan and the guys are pretty cool. It's nice being out there. They're very welcoming. And then to wrap up the regular season in July, we are going to have the Big Guava Major down at CIA Tampa in Florida. Our championship is going to be from September 22nd to the 24th for EA Fest next year. Super excited. Very happy that the owners of Extreme are welcoming us into that environment and taking over the EA Fest weekend in terms of events. Now, you're probably wondering, like, okay, well, you
why
definitely
a whole weekend?
Why the whole weekend, right? And you said 6 events. There's only 4 majors. Well, we do have the championship that will be on Saturday, and on Sunday, what you guys can look forward to is an all-star game. It will be the CSL's very first all-star game. The way it's going to work, or at least the way I have it planned out at this moment, is there's going to be a team that is made up from each major event. So if your region is Southeast, down in Florida, Georgia, all those other states that are down there, geography, you guys will make up a team, so on and so on for the rest of the events, and it'll just be a deep squad. We'll probably have 7 or 8 people on each team, and some other things that I won't talk about just yet. And Friday, I'm trying to put something together. Can't speak on it too much. Going to be a little bit secretive on that. But if you're a part of the Captain's Chat, you already know something is on the way, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. So I know Batman's in here, and he deleted his message. A schedule isn't officially out. The plan was to start putting that out tomorrow. Had some last minute hiccups. No problem. We'll have something to you guys real soon. You should be seeing a few of our event update post things within the next couple weeks. And yeah, I will see some of you on Saturday. That guy over there.
For our first off-season event, the Pistols and Shotgun Night at Tactical Airsoft Arena, Rockville, Maryland. We will see some of you guys there.
I know registration's already closed, so sorry if you missed out, but
it's going to be a really good time.
We're
going to have a lot of fun. Everyone's gonna be blasting each other. I'm gonna be watching everyone blast each other.
What's
It's
up,
gonna be
Scotto?
very funny.
Mr. Kenny. Yeah, and I know Ryan's got some ideas on events for the future too, so no pressure on you, Ryan. Just saying, hurry up. I'm just kidding. Can you akimbo? That's for you, Ryan. Can you akimbo pistols?
Yes, you can akimbo. You can play to your heart's content as long as it is a pistol and shotgun replica. You can dual wield high kappas with M4 mag adapters running down the center lane. I've seen Boris do it before from Goon's Airsoft. We set up a dual regulator on his tank, and he akimboed high kappas with M4 mag adapters with EPM ones, and I gotta tell you, it was very scary. It was very scary.
Oh, that's a lot of rounds.
It's 500 total rounds for 2 really well-built matching high kappas.
Yeah, that's
It
a
was
lot.
super cool.
Scotto, I know I've talked to you about this, but sniper is a really strange way of spelling shotgun.
No. Okay. So, Keegan, that is actually an event that I did start typing up. So, Scotto, if you're trying to fly out here, boys offer. If you fly out here, hopefully, before the season kicks off, we will have a snipers slash Springer game hosted for an off-season event. It'll be really cheesy, but I think it'll be very fun. Because everyone jokes about that. You see everyone joke about, why don't we all just like show up to the field with like a bunch of Springers? Well, put your name on the list. Sign up, because we're doing it.
No, mag adapters are not a thing. This is just for this weekend. It's a more relaxed event, just like the Turkey Classic. So mag adapters are fine. Darren, you should know me by now, bro. Like, I'm not budging on the adapters. It's not
No mag adapters. No mag adapters. No mag adapters. I'll say it again for everybody in the back. No mag adapters.
Scotto wants to know when that's going to be.
The Springer's Shotgun event?
Mm-hmm.
Be looking at towards March. The month of March is the goal. As long as it doesn't interfere with any of our referee clinics, because those are our top priority right now. Because by providing these referee clinics, people will be able to purchase a slot to be at the referee clinics. We'll spend dedicated time going over how to make a call on the field, what to pay attention for players. I don't even know what he's typing in the comments. And actually being able to be competent referees so you guys have the most enjoyable events possible. This will also give you guys some time to have a little scrimmage, play some 5v5s, and give the referee some practice time. Stop laughing.
I'm laughing because, like, Batman's like, yo, don't put me on blast. And then Scotto says, okay, I'll just keep bugging Keegan for dates.
But the referee clinics are our top priority. Bye, Honey Badger.
Yeah, sorry. I apologize. All right, so...
But no, I actually have been typing up for the Springer shot, for the Springer.
I mean, it sounds like fun. I wish I could play.
Dude, if I can get at least 15 people to show up with a bunch of Springers and just goof around for a night, that'll be my year. I'll quit the CSL. I'll be happy. I won't actually quit. Keegan needs me.
Yeah, don't leave me alone. Throw me into a spiral of despair.
You can bring the baby. You can have the baby in one hand with the face mask on, and then you could be playing calls, throwing flags out of the tower, trying to hit the alarm at the same time.
Oy.
I already have the baby gift planned.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, or you couldn't tell by the crib back there.
Or the rocking chair.
Or the rocking chair, yeah. It's about to go down over
if you couldn't tell,
the Aragon household.
His nickname is Pops for a reason. He finna be a dad.
Oh, man. Oh, and we have a Pops. Pops is here.
Ah!
That's someone's name is Pops is here. Okay. I think I'm going to call it quits. If you guys don't have any questions, if you do, just leave them in the comment below. I would appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. Look out for some new stuff coming soon. Ryan, thank you, sir. Peoples, have a good night.
Thank you.
And play some outro music.